Ya, ready go.
Dah.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we will do our assignment, which is react to our studio mate video of their presenting. Okay, Adam, can you start with the first video? So who is the
Okay.
lucky person?
Oh, so for the first one, we got Harith.
Hari.
Okay. Okay, let's start.
So, okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Harizin Yadudin. I am an architecture student in University Science in Islam Malaysia. I'm taking a bachelor science in architecture. Today, I want to present to all of you my final project that I had last semester, which is semester 1, which is the task given to all the students in the semester 1 to build individual design studio port. So before we are going to deeper, before I'm going to present to all of you deeper about it, about my task, about my final project, I'm gonna thank to all of my lecturers and my friends that have give me many advice, many critique, many motivation, so that I can improve my design from time to time until the time is due. So that's all. Today I'm gonna through the past of our main topic today, which is the individual design studio. Okay, first of all, the task given is we an architecture student in semester 1 have to build an individual design studio port in 1.5 times 2.1 meter per square and 1.8 meter height. So the tasks were given and we were given to all of the architecture students. So the task is given to increase the awareness of the human body interaction of space and body, and that limited space that I have told you before, which is 2.1 times 1.5 meter. That's such a limited space for us. We are gonna build a design studio port, which is mean only one person at one time can enter the design studio port and have the study in there, maybe to get us focus more and get their place to release their stress and so on. So the task given, they were a compulsory thing that we are gonna put inside the design studio port, which is drafting table and chair for us to sit in that port. So the objective of this assignment is to introduce the awareness of human body, and the objective is to introduce the human behavior in shaping and the space. And lastly, the objective of this assignment of task is to explore human anthropometry and ergonomic in the space. So we are going to build the individual design studio. So first of all, my issue of this to build this individual design studio report is, which is mean as we know, human is a contradictory creatures. Maybe half of you or maybe all of you have listened to this saying in English, which is said, health is wealth. So, but people nowadays don't live up that way, which is mean they know that the health is wealth, but they don't live that way. What is mean that they don't live that way? They know that health body can make their study better, but they don't do that. That health body, they don't get it. So, so people nowadays believe that we human should live in a building that healthy. What is mean by the building that healthy? Building that healthy, that the building can make a benefit to us. That just because we are staying in that building, it can get benefit to us. Yes. But in reality, as you can see in this era, in this 2021, you can see the building that we are live right now is not orientally prepared, not insulated, not naturally ventilated, not water efficient, not energy efficient, and poorly maintained. So the AR Lee Chong Kah said that we must have this design building that has a design that we people can get benefit from. So with that info or with that knowledge, I came across that the concept of my design, individual design to report is health. And my ideology or my ideation for this individual design report is terrarium. What is mean by terrarium? A terrarium is a glass vessel containing plant and soil and create a miniature ecosystem that are low maintenance and naturally recycling moisture yet provide benefit of nature display. So with that meaning of the terrarium, we can see that half of the issue or the problem that I have told you before is completely done, completely solved. So the nakli that I had for this design, this task, this individual design to the board is from Surah Al-Qaf, verse 7. Verse 50 ayat 7. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonir rajim. Wal arda wa madadnaha wa alqaina fiha rawasiya wa anbatna fiha min kulli shay'in mawdun. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the meaning is and the earth we spread cast therein mountain and grew therein of a very beautiful kind. With this nakli study had got that our law white earth and spread it out, and yet the nature made it grow and firmly set the mountain and made it grow to beautiful. And from this ayah, we can see that we can get many benefit from our nature itself. So first, we just want to know deeper about the just now. As you already know, that terrarium is just a glass vessel that contains a nature ecosystem. So, for a deeper knowledge, terrarium consists of two sections, two parts, which is a closed terrarium and open terrarium. The closed and open that forms a unique ecosystem that needs a little maintenance, but it does require some maintenance. The transparent walls on the terrarium allows for both heat and light to enter the terrarium. Open terrarium is subject to the outside air and surrounding and dry out more quickly, but a closed terrarium creates stable, humid environment for plants. So, for rough imagination to all of you, terrarium is an aquarium, but it is an aquarium for plant instead of fish. So you get the rough idea. So you know that the terrarium is glass vessel containing a plant instead of fish. So the image when said that sometimes the terrarium were having an insect on it to provide, and just like I told you that just now, creating ecosystem. That insect is what the terrarium means. Absolutely. So, in this 2020 era, this terrarium have known very well in this globe. As you can see, many scientists that have worked together to provide to make the terrarium to get more people know about it, because there is many benefit that we can get from getting terrarium or just watching it. The temperature and the humidity in the terrarium is just beautiful. So for the design approach, I use a salutogenic design, it is a principle that aim to create an environment that stimulates the mind in order to create pleasure, creativity, satisfaction, and enjoyment. It is also design features that support human health and well-being by modifying the internal environment for better emotional well-being and physical health. This design investigates a healing environment that induces a confidence, calm, and hope for the future. This what the Lee Cho Ka said that in the article that said that in this era we must build much more buildings that healthy. And some of you may question some of the issue why that you must build this healthy building. First of all, this design approaches in my individual design studio is lowered energy consumption. It's also good for our earth itself that to lower why that we must create this healthy building, so that I approach itself to my design studio. So first of all, it is to because it has the lower energy consumption. As you can see right now in this era, many buildings that use high energy consumption, such as to use the Wi-Fi, refrigerator, and so on. So they use a lot of energy consumption. But within this design approaches, this
Are you having any problem, Adam?
Hold on. But we cannot see.
design can help it to lower the energy consumption.
We can hear, right?
Yes. Try 240.
Nanti cut lah Pak ni.
Auto ada.
And then the space utilization, if we use these approaches, that we can get more space in our building. And then the green profile itself that came from the terrarium, it is certified as sustainable. Just like the terrarium itself, meaning that they is using a lower maintenance and they create the stable humidity by itself, by its ecosystem. It is so that it is proven that terrarium itself is a sustainable ecosystem that they can live without having so much maintenance that they want to get. Water to plant it every day. So another thing that I approach is the productivity. The fresh air that came from the terrarium. Maybe if you use the open terrarium, the fresh air that's going inside the studio pod will increasing the productivity among the student among the student that use that studio pod, and it is lower the expenditure minimum maintenance and easy installation. So as you can see, if you use this design, use salutogenic design, it is a less expenditure than using the such as electricity and so on. And as you can see, the design process, which is I simply that first the pod itself. Pod means the pod itself gets placed. The student managed to study in that pod, and then I came up with the idea terrarium, like I told all of you just now. Then the terrarium, I make it, improve it, the design, the structure of the terrarium, make it maybe in the pentagon pentagon shape, rectangular shape, or maybe triangular shape, and then I plan it, or I interpret it into my studio board. So as you can see in the board, in the floor plan, there's not much. There's the drafting table and the chair, but with the two side of it, there's maybe a terrarium on the both right and left. So for the from the front elevation, there's no much. There's just an opening for the student itself to go to the the studio port itself, and then in the side elevation, in the left elevation, there's four terrarium with the cross shelf that make it interesting to watch. Just like the terrarium itself, just fascinating. But the design, the template of the template of the shell itself is also interesting and fascinating to watch. And then in the right elevation, there's also four terrarium with it, and there's some ventilation that I used to put it so that the previously I thought that fresh air helped to increasing the productivity of the student inside the studio pod. So there's reason why I put it where I put it ventilation to the side of my studio pod. So as you can also see from the front, in which from the front elevation of this studio pod, the drafting table itself is connected to wall, so it just can be. So you know that the drafting table itself is a mechanism that you can close up, so it can you can put up the drafting table on the upper side, so you can have privacy area or privacy moment in the relaxing terrarium place, so that you can read your book, or you can just take a nap inside your studio pod, so that makes the privacy. When you are maybe having a lecture, maybe having a quick session with the lecturer, so you can just pin down the drafting table and move it just like the anthropometry area, so that when you are having a lecture, there's a lot of view. You mean a wide view from your inside studio pod itself. So you just can have your body itself. You can have a wide view to have your lecture. So it was not it was a simple design, but yet it is convincing that. So we have a great direct face-to-face with lecturer, so that we can have an obstacle to clear our lecture sound, maybe to see the slide in front that the lecturer show to us. So that's it for the mechanism. So when you close it, you bend it, the drafting table, you can also adjust it to when you are having a 90-degree mechanism. Then is when you can create session. Maybe you have a taking note, you are having a lecture, so you have a 90-degree. So it must be like this edge of table, this part of table. So when you are having maybe you are doing some sketches, or doing some design to generate some ideas, you can adjust it to another level, which is the angle of maybe 60 to 55 angle. So you can have a better angle to do some sketches. So it will be very weird. So if you have to do sketches with 90 degrees of because your hands might be sweat, your hands might be go numb in your head when you look on the drafting table itself, might go numb. So it is consider the human anthropometry and the ergonomics in that section. So that's from that drafting table itself. And so from the section view, you can just see that there's nothing more. Maybe people inside it, and the chair that student to sit. And from the isometric view, there's the drafting table very close to have your privacy. So maybe from that from the view, you can also have the privacy, and yet you have not throw away the terrarium looking and the you know, that healthy looks studio pot. You can still have the what's the meaning, the fascinating, mesmerizing look from the terrarium, because as I said earlier in this video, the transparent wall that makes the terrarium looks very mesmerizing. And then one point perspective where I show it to you guys from the view that when we are having a lecture or we are having sketches drafting table, so that the studio pods require the studio pods have solved the requirement of the issue that I have told earlier in this video, so that when you are having lecture, you have a wide view of the screen that have no other obstacles, such as maybe a wall, a grid, you know, a pool or whatever, and so that we can have a good listening, good focus, such as good focus on the lecture, such as the issue that I have told that I'm providing a place that student can have a good focus and good focus and good understanding while being inside the studio pod itself. So I think the conclusion is I believe that I've done my design itself here have maybe fulfill the requirement of the task given of our lecturer, which is make the individual design studio pod is such an ergonomic anthropometry human behavior inside the design studio pod itself. And in the issue that mostly that general touch is to focus more when you are sitting inside the design studio, individual studio pod is want to focus more, because really the objective of this studio is want to create the focus on the focus when you are being inside of the studio pod itself. So I think this video or this presentation it help you to find that my studio pod here is a very unique and a very I think a very productive or very functional to all of the students that can be used. So it's mainly part of you are bringing nature inside the studio pod itself. So I think that's all from me.
Oops. Oh, that's all. Where's mana seorang lagi?
Okay, so doesn't matter. We have end the first video of our student mate, which is HARITH. Okay, so any comments from all of you?
I want to I want to
Okay. Okay, just start.
let me start first. Okay. So I think the concept is very good, because since we are, you know, an architecture student, we do work at our table. It can be very back pain, very painful, because you know we stand for too long. But the concept is health.
Yeah.
So it can keep our health, to maintain our health. At the same time, we can do our work. So that's a good concept from me, I think.
Okay, I think from my opinion, I like his concept, which is terrarium, because for me, I like nature things, some green things, the plants, but I have some comment, which he said that the terrarium use the terrarium to lower the maintenance, but I can see clearly how from his pot, the pot can lower the maintenance. Is it true what I'm thinking? How about you guys?
I don't know, man.
What's your
About
question? What's your question?
I said that Harith said that the terrarium can lower the maintenance, can lower the energy consumption.
By what aspect?
Oh, what aspect? I don't know, but he only said that the lower energy consumption, so I can see clearly from the pot. So I think maybe what he trying to say is that maybe from natural lighting, from natural air ventilation.
Maybe he should explain that like in more detailed way, right?
Yes, I think.
Because energy consumption can be in various kind of ways.
Yes, he should explore more. Okay, Hannan or Dayini?
I think we can go with Daini first because I got quite a few points here.
Okay, Dayini.
For me, I think the presentation is good, but I like the way that he introduced the main concept of the project, and we can understand clearly what he want to do with the studio pod. But the way he explained about the thing of the terrarium, I can see how the terrarium can be functioned properly. Like how do you plan the terrarium and so like that. So I think Harith can explain more detail about the operation of the terrarium, and I think and the movement of Harith kid backward yes.
Yeah. His eye also looking to another place like ceiling.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's the screen.
Well, regarding your question just now, Shafiq,
Yes.
maybe Haris would want to refer to low energy consumption where we can use nature to keluarkan energy, to generate energy from the nature itself. Just like the Sobotan, if I'm not mistaken, the name is Sobotan. It's in Northern. It's the first low energy consumption hotel, and it maybe Haris want to do the concept like the hotel itself, where the hotel generates generate less energy, more or less. I'm confused. Sorry.
Generate less.
After the construction have done, the hotel construction have been done, the energy that been consumed by the hotel is less than the energy that were need to produce the hotel. You got it?
Yes, I understand.
So that's how the hotel use the concept low energy consumption. So maybe Haris want to apply that to his studio pod, but it's not really clear in what way. I think you guys just point out what the points I want to say. I want to comment about Harith, but I want to talk about the editing, where I think it might need some improvement for Harith. Where do you notice that between the transition, that one transition, then you just like grab the camera, then the video start there.
Yes, yes.
I was so catch up at that moment. I was like, something that needs improvement in terms of editing to have more a smooth transition. And for me, Harris need to put more diagrams, more graphics, and need to zoom out a bit the graphic. So for the viewers to be seen clearly, because for me the graphic is not clear. I am more focused to see him instead of what he says. By the way, he chose a good background. If you can notice, he chose a dark colored background with a white, right? A light colored attire, which make us focus to him, not the background. So it's a good choice.
Can I add something?
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
the way he suppressed the noise from the video is also one thing, because we almost hear like a fan. And I think I tried to go through focus, but it overcame the Harris sound.
Voice.
Harris voice. So I think he need to improve that.
By the way, the lighting is good though.
Yes, yes. It looks good. So Adam, has anything?
Yeah. I was thinking there's something that I think it's better if he put the concept or like throughout the whole video, like so that so that we can refer back to what the intro was. So because in the end we kind of like forget what was he saying in the early state, right?
So we have the interlink between the throughout the video we have the motive of what we want to achieve, the goal we want to achieve.
Okay, so I want to add some. In terms of his design, he said that he used the design of cross, which is so. When we see at his studio board, the arrangement of the terrarium is using only cross design, which is I think he should explore more on how to arrange his terrarium to look more to attract people to go into the studio board. So I think he lacks of searching on the how to arrange the terrarium. Okay. Any other else? Maybe last word from FAIZA
Me?
or nothing.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So no more.
I think that's all.
And that's all for Harith.
Improving. Yeah.
What
Just keep improving.
Thumbs up for Harith.
I think we need to give some rating. How about
so
rating out of
10?
Oh, wanna give star or percentage?
Just out of 10 maybe.
Okay, star.
Star.
10
Out of
10
stars.
10 star lah.
Kena 3 bintang. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
out of 10 ke 3 ni?
Five
Faiza,
lah.
of
Huh?
how many stars did you give out of how many? How many?
For Harith.
Are you asking me
Yes, yes,
right
yes,
now?
yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it clearly just now. Sorry. I think I'm gonna give 7 or 8.
Mm,
Hmm.
7 or 8 out of 10.
10.
So you choose 7 or 8. So I choose 7.5. I
It's
give
in between.
7.5 out of 10.
Oh, in between.
How about Adam?
I think 7 lah, because
Hmm.
the body language is good, but the eye contact is not really good, and then the idea is kind of good. So 7.
So Dayini.
The room, guys.
You are looking at the stars.
For me, I think 6.5 lah for the effort.
For the effort.
For the others,
How about the actor?
For the others, he need improvement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall is 6.5 lah. Okay,
So
for
last
me,
one.
I rate Harith personally for the video 9 for the lighting,
Whoosh.
and others are
So generous.
for me I think 7. 7.
Okay.
I think 7 is the
Guys.
average. Keep it up.
Okay, so I think that's all for Harith. So we should continue to the next presenter.
Yes.
Okay, Adam.
And let's see.
Weh,
Hmm.
boleh menyampuk ni. Kita nak stop record lepas Harith.
Oh,
Stop dulu.